Welcome to my random favorites for February. I'm so excited about this, even though I feel like my favorites are kind of the same as they were last month. Let's just get right into it. Let's start out with my YouTuber favorites because I feel like these are like my always like favorite YouTubers, but for some reason, like this month, I've just been like super like into watching their videos, and it's just been good. So first off is Justin Scarred. Justin is probably my favorite YouTuber. He does a lot of Disney related videos. So he'll do like, videos at Disneyland. He was in Walt Disney World this month, which I'm more familiar with Walt Disney World, so I like watching those videos. But yeah, his girlfriend is just adorable. He and his girlfriend are his fiance and him are adorable, and they're so cute. And I'm so happy for them. And yeah, I'm gonna shout out his channel like as much as I can because I love his videos. He has a lot of subscribers, but he deserves like so many more. He's an amazing person, and I love his videos. And also, like, kind of along the same theme, Tim Tracker. I've been watching a lot of his videos this month too. I usually do watch his videos, but like he does a lot of Disney vlogs. He lives in Florida, so he does a lot of like theme park vlogs, but he did some really good ones this month, or at least that I saw this month because I have it like all in my watch later playlist. But he did like him and his wife went to 9 parks in one day, and it was like all different theme parks, like all 4 Disney parks they went to. They went to Universal and Islands of Adventure, and they went to Funland and SeaWorld and Busch Gardens and all these places, and it was just like a really cool video, and I think that that's awesome that he did so much stuff in one day. And my other YouTuber favorite is Shane Dawson. I've been subscribed to Shane. He's like the first person I subscribed to like on YouTube, or he's one of the first. His videos are just so funny. I think they're so cool with like he does ghost hunting videos now, and I really like those. And another YouTuber that I started watching because I watched Shane Dawson are the Psychic Twins. They're like, they do like videos on like psychic stuff. It's not for everyone. I'm kind of a skeptic, so I don't necessarily believe everything that they're saying, but I do really like them anyway, and I find their videos just entertaining, and I just like I liked watching the videos, and I watched a lot of them this month. So I have book favorites that I've mentioned in weekly favorites videos before, and I don't have like any of them with me. They're not all really favorites. I'll get into that, but one book that I really liked this month was called The Princess Saves Herself in This One, and I just picked it up at Target, and the cover and the title just kind of caught my eye. It's by Amanda Lovelace, I think her name is. It's something Lovelace if it's not Amanda. Her Instagram handle is Lady Bookmad, I think. I'll try to write it down below if I can remember, but that book is just so good. It's kind of like inspirational, and sometimes you just need that. It's a book of poetry, but it's all poems that kind of go together, so it's sort of like, it's like not a conventionally I forget what they're called. This is me like being like I'm like a writer dork. I was in like creative writing classes and stuff in college, and I know the name for this, and it's a big blank in my head right now. But it's not like it's not a traditional novel, but there's a story there through her poetry, and it's a really beautiful story, and I really liked it. I read all the poems in one night. There were some trigger warnings at the beginning, so if you're triggered by anything, maybe read it with a loved one or something, reach out for help if you need it. And yeah, I really liked that book. The ending was kind of inspirational because it's just, I don't know. It was a good ending. On to my lesser favorite book of the month. It's The Grown Up by Gillian Flynn. This wasn't a bad book. It's a short story. It was in a anthology of short stories, and I feel like I keep talking about this, and that makes me kind of like keep dragging it a little, but like, and I don't mean to drag it because like there's some really good stuff in this book. I think the main character is a really great character, and I think like the length of it, the story is good for the length of it, but The ending, I didn't really like. There were, like, a bunch of twists in the end, and Gillian Flynn is known for her twists. She's the same author of Gone Girl. So, I really like her twists normally, and I would have expected nothing less. But this was just, like, so many twists in one little book, and I don't know. I there was one ending that I liked better than the actual ending that happened, but yeah, like the title is very fitting when you get to the end, so I think that's pretty cool, and that's all I'll say about that, because this isn't a bad book, but like I'm happy that I have it, I'm happy that I read it. Maybe I'll read it again someday, but it's just, it's kind of meh compared to her other books, which I think is expected of a short story, but yeah, that's that. Okay, so the movie that I watched this month, get ready, the Emoji Movie. It was pretty bad. The first 30 minutes of it, I mentioned this before in a weekly favorites. It did something to me in the first 30 minutes where, like, just like watching it, and it wasn't even quite 30 minutes yet, but like it just kind of like drained me, and like I just kind of shut down after watching that, and I just went to sleep even though it was a little bit early for me to go to sleep. It kind of broke me, and then like I had forgotten everything that happened, of course, the next day, and then like it just came rushing back to my head, and I was like, oh, and like it was like the whole movie was like right back, and I was just like, okay, so that really did happen. And then like it took me a while. I wanted to like remember and like fully process my friend's wedding, so I didn't watch it before then. Like I waited a little while. I waited until after the wedding to watch it, and I did finish it. And like I have to say, like the second half is what most people I think have a problem with, because there's just like a full scene of them playing Candy Crush, and there's like a scene of them playing Just Dance, and just all these random things that like they didn't like need. Like it's just a commercial movie basically. But I kind of liked the second half better. I don't know, just like I feel like I would rather watch people play Candy Crush than watch the first 30 minutes of that movie. um, so yeah, after I finished it, I was like, okay, I dig this movie, and it was kind of like an obsession was built up from the experience I had watching the first 30 minutes, and I tried explaining it to people, and they said, wow, you have talked about the Emoji Movie more than I've ever heard anybody talk about it. So that's the Emoji Movie. TV shows, I watched Black Mirror this month. I finished watching the whole thing. I love that show. It's just so weird and so good, and like it's really good. I just like, I like it. It's like its own movie every episode, and it's like a science fiction type thing, but it's like it's based off of technology that I think could happen in the future, and some of it already exists. Like the first episode mostly focuses on like YouTube and like media sharing like through that. So, that's kind of cool. And yeah, there was another episode that like it's dark. The ones that have like the technology that exists already are particularly dark, so I like that show. Um, and then Crazy Ex-Girlfriend and Jane the Virgin. You guys know I love those shows. I talk about them all the time. But Crazy Ex-Girlfriend had their season finale this month, and I really liked how it all wrapped up. And I love that show. And Jane the Virgin has picked up again, and it's been good, and I like it. Okay, so last but not least, I have a couple of food favorites. So I kind of changed my Starbucks drink order like a few times throughout the month, but I had the chai latte a few times and the caramel macchiato. Both of those I love. The caramel macchiato, especially when they put like a lot of caramel in it, that's just delicious. I really love it. And I also this past week, like for snacks, I've just been eating like peanut butter and honey sandwiches. So I like to toast the bread, and then I'll put peanut butter on, and I'll just put like a dab of honey on it, and it's just really good. And because it's Valentine's Day, it was Valentine's Day this month. Strawberry cream hearts are obviously a must-have. Those are just delicious, and they only make those at Valentine's Day. The Russell Stover one, I think they're Russell Stover. If they're not, I'll try putting it like here. But yeah. Anyway, those are delicious, and I love them, and those are my favorites for the month. So I hope you guys liked this, and I will see you guys all tomorrow. Bye.